I have learned a lot about the history of Dr.
Yes,
Pepper
please tell me.
recently,
Yes, let's go.
and I am so into it. It is so dope.
That's why I asked this question.
So it is the reason people were confused or are confused about who Dr. Pepper belonged to is because for the longest time there was like so you know how Coke and Pepsi bottling works. Like Coke and Pepsi make the syrup and then they send it to these bottling centers, which are located in towns all across the country. We grew up in a Coca Cola town.
Well, that's why Coke bottling's different from Coke, the company, right?
Correct. And
Okay.
most of the bottling, that's all independently owned. So, like, you set up a building, you set up the factory, and then you make an agreement with Coke, and you'll be their local bottler.
Gotcha.
And because Coke and Pepsi, they were like, all right, you're either a Coke plant or you're a Pepsi plant. And Dr. Pepper came in and they got qualified as not a soda or not a cola, but like a spiced beverage or something, which made it applicable for either one of the bottling centers to bring them in-house. So that's why they could negotiate
Depending
locally.
on the different bottling
So
center.
some parts of the country,
Okay.
it would be a Coca Cola distributor, and some parts of the country, it would be distributed by Pepsi. It depended
Okay.
on who wanted to take on the Dr. Pepper contract in their area.
That's cool.
And now Dr. Pepper is so big, it has actually overtaken Pepsi as a brand because
Good.
it no longer partners with either of them now because now
It's its own thing.
it's owned by Keurig now.
Oh, okay.
Dr.
Is there any other sodas on with it?
I don't think so.
So Pepsi typically is Sunkissed, Mountain Dew.
Okay, Sunkissed. I used to who's Cheerwine? Is that another independent?
Cheerwine and Sunkissed. Cheerwine and Sundrop, I think, are its own thing.
So it's an independent bottler.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. So definitely Coke, 100%.
You got mug root beer.
I do not love root beer the way you do.
I love root beer.
I want a
I'm
Coke.
more of an A&W fan, but I do love root beer.
I want a Coke float. I don't want a root beer float.
Okay.
Which we need to get some more ice cream.
Yeah. So I think the whole appeal of Pepsi is it's also intertwined with like Doritos and Frito-Lay and things like that.
Yeah, and that's why they keep making these god awful
Tostitos. There we go.
flaming hot Mountain
Everything.
Dew.
God, what's the worst flaming hot thing you've seen so far?
I mean, I think the drinks are pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd have to agree with
I
you.
mean, I love me some flaming hot like fries.
That's it. Cut it.
I don't even think I can eat them anymore.